We're back. We're back. This is going to be fun. So, in the top, it is going to be set 2. Unfortunately, this was a little... I wanted to get a new overlay that would demonstrate the Clan League, but I just haven't had the time, honestly. So, essentially what we need to know going into this next match is that IFU is actually up 2... is up one, has 2 games over their opponent. But I believe it just wins whoever wins the best of 3 for each one. We've already cast the 2v2. We're going to be going in the first 1v1 set. And in the bottom left-hand corner, it will be IFU Alfio. Unfortunately, I may be a very entertaining caster, but honestly, I really don't know a whole lot about players. Alfio, I know the name rings a bell. I just honestly don't remember too much about him. If Chow wants to be so kind to tell me what he is, what he's famous for, that'd be awesome. Or he's just a really good player. And then the bottom right-hand corner, making this a PvP, it'll be Salvation's AO. I want to say he's like a team captain, and if he's not, he's a very active Salvation army-er. And to just talk about chat in general, I'm not, if they're still watching, I'm not sure if they are. The person was asking, what kind of setup are you using? Essentially what it was is that I'm running off an Alienware, like 14-inch laptop, and then the setup itself is like some really long guide that I made a while back. It's actually on the YouTube channel that the VODs will be up on, so if you just want to look at that, essentially you're running... Actually, I'm even using a more complicated one. Essentially, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm running 2 versions of Brood War to get what it looks like now. I'm just picking and choosing what parts I want to see and what makes it look good on screen. But moving on. The other question was, what languages are you speaking? It tends to be what you're coming up with. I'm not sure if that was directed to me, if you speak Russian, but no. And someone thought it was a Japanese song that I chose. Yes, I know a bit of Japanese. I know way more Chinese than I know Japanese, but yeah. And German, I don't know what the German. I don't know German at all, and I don't know Russian. But Goldfinger, who sang 99 Balloons, was a good band. I like them a lot. But they happened to do a cover for 99 Balloons, and I was just like, oh, what's a good song to play in intermission? I'm like, oh, that song's not bad. And it turns out Gecko is German, so I felt that was a good fit. But anyway, PvP, we do have the gate into gas and the cyber course coming up right now. So both players are actually doing identical builds right now. Both getting the cyber core, both getting up the gas, and yeah. So I'm gonna be interested. Sniper's Ridge. You do have the little ridges out in the center. That could play, but that actually could prove to be a pretty big deal in the early game. Oh, but look at this. AO is actually opting to go for the expansion right here while we do have the tech, and he cancels it. Is he opting to go for an expansion instead? He does cancel the Citadel, keep in mind. He did cancel that. I don't know what he was planning. He's going to actually get Goon range up right now. Is he going to throw down another gateway, or is he going to throw down an expansion? We've yet to see. But, alright. We have some probe on Zealot action right here, but unfortunately for Alfio, that probe will get... no, never mind. Yeah, it actually looks like Alfio is going to decide to take an expansion, not go for whatever kind of speed Zealot or DT rush he initially had. So, that's cool, getting up the second gateway right now. But if we were to see without the Reavers, I would say, before Reavers come out, and if you hit a timing attack before that, what you may end up having is that you'll end up retreating back on top of these ridges, which can either prove to be effective or not so effective. But we do have Alfio pushing in the natural right here. I don't like Alfio's chances right here, just with 2 Zealots right now, especially one with no shields on it. But yep, and just constant goon pumping right here. But Alfio is still continuing to rally units over off of one gateway. He was trying to potentially punish this, and he might just be able to do that just as the probes are coming down right here. Maybe he'll get a couple, but looks like he will just get fended back right now. Yeah, I don't see Alfio being able to do too much after this with the 4 goons out here. A nice micro, just microing it back every time the Zealot just touches the goons. A very nice reaction right there. Almost like blinking Stalkers in StarCraft 2. There goes down the Robo. Very awesome. What are you doing, computer? Why are you deciding to do your little crazy shenanigans? But, alright. Both players are getting up that Robo right now. Again, PvP, mirror matchups are not my kind of thing. PvP, to be honest, I just do not... I probably cast this matchup a lot. I just don't understand it. I do not understand this matchup. Just do not understand it. But he's coming in here. These ridges, can't prove to be effective, especially when you go back and start setting up a contain. If you have mainly goons right here, it looks like the probes are actually going to try to get it behind right here. That could actually affect the micro stutter stepping backward or kiting right here. But 3 goons with the probes right here actually can prove to be quite effective right here. No, I am sorry. I cannot count. Alfio has 4 goons, and he does get up that high ground vision right here, which is going to be ever so important. And bam, and bam, bam, bam. 4 gates up now. Gonna be throwing down the observatory. So it does look like it will be observers right here. If I'm not mistaken, a PvP build, you get the Robo Obs Tech, then the Reaver, then the Shuttle. If you decide to go Reavers, Reavers are ever so important in the mid game of PvP. They can be awesome, they can be defensive units, they can be aggressive units, and they can be harassing units. There's so much versatility with Reavers, is why they're used in PvP so often. Unfortunately, Scouts do not have the same versatility. They have no versatility. But cool. Just getting Mass Goon up coming out of Alfio right now. What is he planning? Is he going to opt to... I'm just looking compared to AO. He did opt to go for the 1 gate Nexus. So might just be showing, you know, the different economic stances of both players. Because Alfio was going to tech, did cancel off the teching route in favor of a more economic one, but is going to be behind from that early game. But is he gonna take a sneaky expansion of the top right hand corner? AO playing it pretty awesome, playing up a macro style here, has the obs out. We'll see that it is primarily goon right here, which means that there isn't going to be a lot of tech out. I would have to assume at this level in Division A Clan League, I would say, you know, maybe that it would, like, he could tell, like, he's been making goons non-stop that he wouldn't be teching as much. He's now just getting his Citadel. What is AO looking like for his Citadel? His Citadel is done. I mean, again, I'm looking at AO every time. He's ahead, at least, I would say, about 20 seconds, which is important in a PvP, to say the least. But do we have a drop? No, that's just an observer. All right, then. Every time I look at the minimap, I'm like, I see the observer going in the main base. Like, if you're looking at that, I know Bakaru when I was casting YSL way back, 6 months ago or something like that. Like, every time his eyes, I would have to imagine he's just glued on the minimap, like, because I'd always miss drops and stuff. So I've trained myself. But at the same time, like, every time I look at that, it's like, oh, it's a drop. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Nexus has been thrown down in the top right hand corner, by the way. So he's getting at that base right now. Now the player... Okay, now we're getting at the tech right here. Now we're getting at the higher gateways. It looks like now we're going to be going into more of an aggressive mode for both players right here. Now, but at the same time, we do see Alfio getting ready to go take another expansion right here. Awesome. But here comes the push. And that's going to be rough. Generally, you would say defender has an advantage here, but I mean, with that ramp to retreat back upon, that's going to be pretty tough right here. AO's in a bit of trouble right now on the stroke point. Look at the concave coming out of Alfio right here. Beautiful positioning to engage this upon. This is going to be very, very rough, and he has nothing to pincer attack this right here. They're all going to be just kind of coming in here, but Zealots are finally starting to get up on top of this army right here. Alfio, one thing he's missing in this army is just a high Zealot count right here, but the Zealots finally are coming back in here, and what looked like AO would have been able to push us out with a higher Zealot count will no longer be true. He does have a DT slicing away right here. Goons have a ton of HP, however. Probes are going to have to get pulled off the line right here. and will be trying to just get away right here, but AO just taking a lot of casualties right here. He has no way to kill off these 11 goons right here. But actually, he doesn't. Oh, he snipes off the Nexus, which is important, but is it worth throwing away his entire army for? I would say maybe yes. He's getting up his third at the same time, making AO remake another third base right here. Alfio looking at a pretty commanding lead right now for summing off that Nexus, despite, you know, the third up at the top, the hidden third for AO in the top right-hand corner. Oh, but look at this, though. Alfio is caught inside of it. And with that, I mean, he's going to have his third coming up now. He's going to be able to transfer the probes. He's going to be able to have higher mining times. And, you know, something that isn't widely known about Brood War, or at least I don't think it is, or you may not think of it, because of the pathing of the mining, the more bases you have, the more efficient your mining becomes. I mean, if you have 50 probes to 50 probes, and one has 6 bases over, the other has 3, the 6 bases Protoss will actually mine more efficiently. So, I mean, even if there are equal probe counts, the faster that they get up here, the more efficient mining he's going to have. But that's just getting really, really specific right here. But he's going for a push right here. He doesn't have his natural right here. AO is actually just primarily defending off of just DTs at this point. And I believe he has 2 obs in this army right now. This is going to be rough. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a roller coaster. He's going to be able to defend right here. These 2 pylons will get killed off, which will supply block. And that's going to be very unfortunate. Does he have Storm up? He may just have Storm up, but he doesn't have enough energy for it. This is looking pretty rough. And it looks like he's invested some money into cannons up here as well, which could have been Zealots down here. It looks like a DT did get sniped off right there. Here comes the push right here. Oh, but he's going in the south part of his position right here. He's allowing Alfio to get in a better position, or getting a better concave on his army. He's put himself in a horrible position right here. The goons are just doing so much damage in the back of that army right here. And it looks like just a lot of that stuff is starting to melt away. You're seeing a lot of blue flames being gassed up in the air. GG by AO, giving game 1 of this set to Alfio and IFU. Pretty convincing win, too. AO had a good opening. Just kind of threw it away due to poor positioning. And also, to note, Alfio had a base in the top left-hand corner, which we didn't see. Superior positioning, superior decision-making, even. But good game nonetheless. So we'll be back momentarily, guys. Put on some random music from my iTunes. We'll update the overlay, and we will be back within 3 or 4 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to change up all the information. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. It's been your host and caster,